Chapter 54. The Family Records of Esau. Genesis 36, 1-43. Now these are the generations of Esau, who was Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, and Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite, and Bashemah, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebajoth. And Adah bare to Esau Eliphaz, and Bashemath bare Reuel, and Aholibamah bare Jeus, and Jalam, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, which were born unto him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took his wives, and his sons, and his daughters, and all the persons of his house, and his cattle, and all his beasts, and all his substance, which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob. For their riches were more than that they might dwell together, and the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of their cattle. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the sons of Adah, the wife of Esau; Reuel, the son of Bashemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. And these are the sons of Reuel, Nahath, and Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. These were the sons of Bashemath, Esau's wife. And these were the sons of Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon, Esau's wife. And she bare to Esau Jeus, and Jalam, and Korah. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau: Duke Teman, Duke Omar, Duke Zepho, Duke Kenaz, Duke Korah, Duke Gatam, and Duke Amalek. These are the dukes that came of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Adah. And these are the sons of Reuel, Esau's son: Duke Nahath, Duke Zerah, Duke Shammah, Duke Mizah. These are the dukes that came of Reuel in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Bashemath, Esau's wife. And these are the sons of Aholibamah, Esau's wife: Duke Jeus, Duke Jalam, Duke Korah. These were the dukes that came of Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these are their dukes. These are the sons of Seir, the Horites, who inhabited the land: Lotan, and Shobal, and Zibeon, and Anah, and Dishon, and Ezer, and Dishan. These are the dukes of the Horites, the children of Seir in the land of Edom. And the children of Lotan were Hori and Heman, and Lotan's sister was Timnah. And the children of Shobal were these: Alvan, and Manath, and Ebal, and Shepho, and Onam. And these are the children of Zibeon, both Ajah and Anah. This was that Anah that found the mules in the wilderness, as he fed the asses of Zibeon his father. And the children of Anah were these: Dishon, and Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah. And these are the children of Dishon: Hemdan, and Eshban, and Ithran, and Cheran. The children of Ezer are these: Bilhan, and Zavan, and Akan. The children of Dishan are these: Uz, and Aran. These are the dukes that came of the Horites: Duke Lotan, Duke Shobal, Duke Zibeon, Duke Anah, Duke Dishon, Duke Ezer, Duke Dishan. These are the dukes that came of Hori among their dukes in the land of Seir. And these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before there reigned any king over the children of Israel. And Bela the son of Beor reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. And Bela died, and Jobab the son of Zerah and Bozrah reigned in his stead. And Jobab died. And Hushan of the land of Temani reigned in his stead. And Husham died, and Hadad the son of Bedad, who smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Avith. And Hadad died, and Samlah of Marakah reigned in his stead. And Samlah died, and Saul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his stead. And Saul died, and Baal-Haman the son of Achbor reigned in his stead. And Balhanan the son of Akbor died, and Hadar reigned in his stead, and the name of his city was Pau, and his wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mesahab. And these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau, according to their families, after their places, by their names: Duke Timnah, Duke Alva, Duke Jetheth, Duke Aholibamah, Duke Elah, Duke Pinon, Duke Kenaz, Duke Teman, Duke Mibzar, Duke Magdiel, Duke Iram. These be the dukes of Edom, according to their habitations in the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. Genesis 36, 1-43. This is for many a baffling chapter because it gives us a detailed account of Esau's family and also the family of Seir the Horite. We know next to nothing about Seir, nor are we interested in him, but God is, for his own reasons. We find references to the people of Seir, or perhaps the inhabitants of Seir, in Ezekiel 25:8 and Numbers 24:18. Edom is also called Seir in the Bible. According to Deuteronomy 2:12, the Edomites not only conquered Seir, but also destroyed them totally. It is likely, however, that the women of Seir were absorbed into the Edomite community, so that Seir and Edom, in that sense, merged. Seir and Edom then became synonymous in the Bible. We can then ask, why Esau's genealogical history? Esau was of the line of Abraham, and however faulty his character at times, he apparently did in time come vaguely to covenant faith, and therefore took part in his father's funeral with Jacob. Genesis 35:29. The fact that participation in the funeral service has no meaning for us should not blind us to the fact that it was once a radically religious rite. It will help us to understand this chapter if we remember that the words, quote, "Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom," end quote, tell us that these are the family records of Esau. Jacob, in compiling the family records for his household, gained from Esau his records. The section, including verses 31-43, was apparently added by Moses, giving later data. This inclusion tells us that it is likely that Esau had to some degree conformed to the covenant faith and was close to Jacob. The reference in Hebrews 12:16 and 17 to Esau as a, quote, "profane person," end quote, has to do with inheriting the blessing. There are differences in some of the names here as of Esau's wives from previous references, but differing names in terms of differing languages is common in the Bible. The reference to quote-unquote mules in verse 24 is an error because the word used had lost its meaning but perhaps meant hot springs. In verse 20, Seir is called, quote, "the Horite," end quote, and in verse 29, the dukes of the Horites are mentioned. Horite may refer to cave dweller, which, since Darwin, has come to mean, quote, "primitive man," end quote. But Petra, the capital of Edom, was a city whose central buildings were carved out of rock. In origin, the Seirites may have begun the work of constructing these remarkable and advanced centres of state administration, so that the term may witness to their superior nature. There are 7 sections in this chapter. 1. Esau's wives and children, verses 1-5. 2. Esau's migration into Seir, verses 6-8. 3. The genealogy of the sons of Esau, verses 9-14. 4. The chiefs of the house of Esau, verses 15-19. 5. The Horites' genealogy and their chiefs, verses 20-30. 6. The kings of Edom, verses 31-39. And 7. Other Edomite chiefs, verses 40-43. Esau's migration was a gracious act on his part. While he was already lord over Edom, he still had some right to remain in Canaan proper, but he ceded this to Jacob because together their livestock numbered more than the land could bear. Verse 7. It does no justice to the text to see Esau as simply an evil man. Edom developed a monarchy very early in its history. In verse 31, a note tells us that long before the days of Saul, there was a monarchy in Edom. This note was added by one of the prophets as a custodian of God's word, Perhaps Samuel. The reference to Amalek in verse 12 is not to the nation of that name necessarily. It means simply, quote, warlike, end quote. In verse 35 we have a Hadad, again a common name. It was also the name in later times of a Canaanite and Syrian storm god. In part, the purpose of this chapter is to tell us that God keeps his promises. In Genesis 25:23, the pregnant Rebekah is told that 2 nations are in her womb, and Edom is early evidence that this promise is already fulfilled in Esau. If God keeps his promise concerning Esau, he will be no less faithful to Jacob or to us. In verses 31 to 39, we have a series of kings, and we are told of the various cities they came from. This means that the kingship then was not hereditary and could even have been elective. This has not been uncommon in history, and in the medieval Holy Roman Empire, the emperor was normally elected. The references to Edomite idolatry do exist in its later history, but they are not many. In fact, the prophets tell us much more about the idolatry of Judah and Israel. 1 Kings 11:1 warns us of the threat of unbelieving wives and mentions Edomites. We have a reference also to Edomite idolatry in 2 Chronicles 25:14, which tells us that King Amaziah imported Edomite gods after defeating Edom. God, however, warned Israel that Edom was under his care, and they were not to, quote-unquote, meddle with them, Deuteronomy 2:4 and 5. Again, Edom is mentioned favourably in the law in Deuteronomy 23:7 and 8. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land. The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in their 3rd generation. Edomites, as a related people, are to be respected. The Egyptians, who had enslaved the Israelites and for a time killed off their male children, were to be remembered all the same with gratitude, because Israel had lived for generations on Egyptian soil. However, both Edomites and Egyptians could not be full-fledged covenant members until the 3rd generation of covenant faithfulness. This was to protect the covenant from being casually regarded. Since God chooses his own covenant heirs, he allows no man the option of boasting or glorying in his status. Those who see themselves as self-chosen can become arrogant in their status and pharisaical. But to be chosen by God's grace is an incentive to humility and gratitude.